So guys, if you have trouble with gut issues, if you have trouble with your gut, this video is for you. And I'm not a medical professional, but in my life coaching sessions quite often I come across clients and this is like a very common problem. In fact, I also know people in my friend circle, in my extended friend circle. I too have been a victim of this in the past. Gut issues. You know, that is sort of silent epidemic in modern society where we spend a lot of time just ordering online. We don't have enough time to sit properly, eat and have a conversation. So much exposure to technology. The time that we spend in one place just working, not enough exposure to sunlight. So what can we do about it? How can we heal from gut problems? Okay, so this video seeks to provide help in that direction. Let's get started. Number one, see, you can consult doctors, you can consult some of the best gastroenterologists. But with gut problems, there really isn't a clear origin. For example, if you, let's say, suffer from IBS, there is no clear reason for why a person has irritable bowel syndrome, and sometimes it just heals on its own, right? Obviously over time, and in some cases they have a completely different condition, which is irritable bowel disorder. Okay, a syndrome is something which lasts not as long and could be sporadic, but a disorder is something that is permanent. There is Crohn's disease. There are a lot of gut-related problems that can seriously make your life hell, and all of these problems, they all boil down to the doctor giving you the same kind of advice, which is to regulate your lifestyle, which is to ensure a healthy lifestyle in the sense that you are sleeping at a reasonable time, waking up at a reasonable time. To have enough water and leafy greens in your diet, to exercise enough. But the primary contributor at a spiritual level, when we look at the problem of gut issues, especially chronic gut issues, it deals with unresolved emotions, because the solar plexus chakra is situated in your gut, and the gut is your second brain. Meaning, if your mind is stressed, your gut is going to be stressed out. On some level, extended emotional distress or extended emotional imbalance is going to put an impact on your gut adversely. Okay, so the first thing that you need to really start working towards through therapy or through life coaching or through spiritual healing, pranic healing, spiritual coaching, is to get to the root and to uncover and identify the emotional imbalances, the suppressed emotions that you may have that you're not aware of. If you actually map out the time period when your gut issues started, I am 100% sure you're going to find a sort of common pattern, okay, with some sort of a stressful situation or event that you have been unable to resolve. Point number two. Stress is a huge contributing factor to gut problems. You know, early on it was often said that if you take too much stress, you'll get an ulcer. Well, later it was proved that ulcers are actually caused not by stress, but by a particular kind of bacteria and can be treated through antibiotics. But there is some truth to that, because emotional distress does cause the imbalance of hormones and such responses within the body that can be detrimental to your gut health. So the more you are stressed out, the more you have a job that stresses you out, the more you are locked up in or expose yourself to stressful situations, the more likely you are to suffer from gut-related issues. Sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil and try to write down all of those things that stress you out in your life and how long they have been in your life and how long you've been stressed out by these things. And I can assure you that you will see that the longer that you've been stressed out by a certain set of problems, the longer you've been having gut-related issues as a result of the stress. And number three, stimulants can be problematic for gut health. Stimulants, what do I mean by that? Nicotine, caffeine, cigarettes, coffee, tea, black tea. And you could also have aerated drinks because they also have caffeine in them. These stimulants are not good for gut health. They cause things like constipation. They can also cause IBS in people who are susceptible to them. They adversely affect the collagen of your body, and obviously it depends from person to person. It may differ, but it is a huge contributing factor to gut issues. If you constantly suffer with gut issues, or if you have developed them in the recent past, it would not be a bad idea to properly investigate what stimulants you are too dependent on, and slowly and steadily cut them out of your diet, and you will be able to notice a difference. Early on, there may be some irritability as a result of withdrawal, but it'll be for your ultimate benefit. Number 4, a lot of us have food allergies, allergies to gluten, allergies to dairy. Dairy really slows down your digestive system. And so if you have gut related issues, you need to look closely to allergens that you may not be aware of. Quite often, we do not really associate minor bloating with any sort of allergy. But allergy is something that has different magnitudes to it. You can be severely allergic, but also mildly allergic to things and eatables. Okay, so this is something to review. If you frequently have issues with your gut, this could be a huge factor. Unknown allergens. So what you do is you go on a diet where you slowly take away, and this is not to be done on your own. I'm just telling you, how it actually works out. Please take the advice of a proper licensed dietitian for this purpose. But you go on sort of a reduction diet where you cut out everything that you think could probably be causing, let's say, irritation to you and your body, and that's when you are able to recognize, okay, this is a problem and then I need to fix it. For example, I didn't know for a long time that I'm lactose intolerant, but since I have shifted from milk to almond milk and oat milk, my gut has been way healthier, because the way that the culture is here in North India, I mean, my parents for a long time didn't believe me that it was even possible for me to be, let's say, lactose intolerant, as if I have betrayed them. And they still move their head in disbelief when we are eating together and I avoid cheese and I avoid whole milk. So yeah, these things can happen, and so you have to take cognizance of that. You have to understand and work around these handicaps. Point number 5, last but not the least, quite often hormonal nutritional imbalances, like not enough sunlight, vitamin D deficiency can cause a lot of gut issues. But tap into it and get these things reviewed by your doctor. Tests done to see, are there imbalances in any sort of hormones or in any sort of nutrients in your body possibly that could be causing these problems. And one of the easiest ways to keep your nutrients and your hormones well regulated is to practice a healthy lifestyle of sleeping at a reasonable time, waking up at a reasonable time, taking enough rest, enough exercise, eating clean as much as possible. Okay, the basics of running a well-oiled machinery, that is the physical body, is going to ensure that your hormones and that your nutrients are always in balance. So guys, this was just a very brief video on the 5 points you need to take a look at if you constantly suffer from gut problems, and how you can probably arrive at a solution to it. Because when it comes to the gut, you can get a colonoscopy, you can get an endoscopy, whatever it is you want. There is no definitive explanation for the origin of a lot of gut problems. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can go and talk to a gastroenterologist. That gut health is directly associated with your mind. And so the more you're stressed out, the more you feel boxed in, stifled, the more you are likely to probably experience, excessive acid production, that fire in your belly that literally sort of creates a fire in your belly and makes life tough for you. Okay, so just keep these things in mind. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel so that you can stay abreast of all the wonderful content that I post here. Push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post. And if you want a personal session with me, or if you want to read my books, please check out the links given here in the description box. Thank you so much. Take care. Hari Om.